Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today's reading is about a connection where the truth is starting to come out. So for some of you, this could be related to something that was romantic, and for others of you, this could have been platonic or a friendship. And I'm getting that someone involved in this situation may be having a very hard time mentally. Okay, I'm hearing something about sleepless nights or just overthinking at night because of this situation. And I'm getting that this person is also having a hard time emotionally processing what they're realizing now. The energy coming through these cards, it feels like a situation where at one point there may have been a lot of confusion, a lot of mixed signals, or even illusions surrounding what this connection really was. Someone may have been seeing things through a certain lens, believing a particular story, or convincing themselves that something was one way when in reality there were deeper dynamics happening beneath the surface. But the energy now feels like the fog is lifting. That's what I'm getting with the Seven of Cups reversed and the Moon reversed. Things that may have been hidden or ignored or misunderstood are starting to become very clear for one or both of the people involved here. And the thing about clarity is that when it comes in, it doesn't always feel good at first because it forces someone to look back and reflect on their actions, their decisions, or the role that they played in how the situation unfolded. For some of you, fire sign energy could be significant, so think Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm also seeing Cancer energy here as well. Virgo energy and Capricorn could be significant for one or the both of you. For some of you, there may have also been outside influences around this connection. That's what I'm getting with the Three of Cups and the Five of Wands, Three of Cups reversed. So this would be other people's opinions, interference, or jealousy, or gossip, or even a third party dynamic that complicated things more than they needed to be. And that outside energy may have created conflict, misunderstandings, or even pride getting in the way of honest communication. And what I'm really seeing here is someone beginning to replay the past, thinking about choices that were made, the way things were handled, and realizing that the emotional outcome may not have been what they expected. There is a sense that someone here thought they were moving towards happiness or moving towards something better, but now they may be realizing that things didn't turn out the way they had imagined. And at the same time, the energy here also suggests that the situation may not feel completely finished yet. Sometimes when a cycle hasn't fully closed, it's because there are still lessons around balance and reciprocity and emotional accountability that both people are meant to understand. So, in today's reading, I want to explore what truth is coming to light in this connection, what someone may be realizing now that they didn't see before, and what role ego or conflict or outside influences played in this situation, and what the deeper lesson of this connection may ultimately be. As always, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't, and remember that energies can show up in different ways for different people. So you may find yourself on one side of the story or simply observing the dynamic from the outside. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cards and see what else wants to come through. All right, let's see. What truth about this connection is now becoming clear? What truth about this connection is now becoming clear? It's interesting because with the Magician here, it's this person recognizing that you coming into their life was their own manifestation. There was a part of them that always longed for a connection like what they had with you, whether it was friendly, whether it was romantic. But due to insecurities within them, due to fear of becoming dependent on you and getting to a place where they're relying on you and needing you in their life, they neglected the connection. They didn't nurture it, they didn't water it. And now this is clear to them that instead of paying attention to their body, instead of listening to their heart, they got stuck in here with their fears, with their doubts. And for whatever reason, they weren't able to see this before. They were too caught up in their own self-created illusions. When they would lean into their intuition, it would let them know, hey, it's probably in your best interest to show this person that you care if you want this connection to grow. But it's like in the moment, it didn't click, or that fear and the doubt became so big that it completely paralyzed them from doing the right thing. And from a logical perspective, because this person might have been let down in the past, whether by their caretakers or past relationships or past friendships, they projected the outcome of those situations onto this situation with you. I want to see what archetype is influencing this situation or this connection. Yeah, I'm hearing you came into my life to rescue my essence, to remind me that people like you exist. But because this person had depended on others in the past, and because they realized that they weren't fully supported, they assumed that the more they got closer to you, the more that they built something with you, that you were going to end up acting in the same manner. And it's this energy of them not wanting to need you because they've had so much pride in being independent and taking care of everything themselves or dealing with every hardship themselves. And for you, here we have the beggar. It's interesting because here with the rescuer and the beggar, when this archetype is acting out in the shadow attributes, they don't want to need someone. When the beggar is acting out in the shadow attributes, this is someone being dependent on others to the exclusion of effort. And so I feel like this was a lesson for both of you, that it is okay for this person to need someone, to desire a connection like what they had with you, but on your side, it's not okay, and it wasn't okay for you to be dependent on someone who wasn't giving to you equally. This was meant to teach you not to be dependent on any and everyone just because you want them in your life, not to depend on them to make you happy, to show up, to emotionally fulfill you. And for this person, it was them needing to get over the fear of depending on someone. For you, it's like you were needing to work through codependent energy. This person was needing to work through avoidant energy. And you and this person coming into each other's lives was meant to balance this energy out. No more begging, no more avoiding, but getting to this place in the middle where you can depend on someone but still be independent. You can desire someone but not feel like you need them to live, to survive. Okay, so now I want to see what exactly is keeping this person up at night. What exactly is keeping this person up at night? The fact that they have so many unanswered questions regarding you, regarding this connection. The fact that they played mind games with you, that they were too cynical about something lasting here, that they didn't speak their truth. And for some of you, there is something about gossip coming through here. Maybe this person did open up to the wrong people, or they said something about you that wasn't entirely true. Maybe to make themselves look better, or to feel less insecure in the moment, or to not look like the person who was in the wrong, or the person who did the hurting. I feel like this person has left so many things unsaid that it's impossible for them to not think about the fact that they haven't spoken their truth. And another thing that keeps them up is that they handled this connection in a very irresponsible manner. I'm hearing, I couldn't finish what I started. I'm also hearing I was lacking direction in my life and feeling unstable. And I felt that I couldn't give you the time or the energy that you deserved. But instead of telling you that, they didn't, right? So being that this person has left a lot of things unsaid, let's go ahead and see what some of those things could be. So I don't know if this person did this directly or they said this to other people, but there's something here about having accused you of things that you didn't even do. Because they were so used to people hurting them, they assumed that you were just trying to hurt them too. And now they're realizing and regretful that they didn't treat you better. I feel that this person is trying to feel hopeful about the future, about their individual future. And while they do envision you back in their life, they're very uncertain regarding if that's even going to be a reality. I feel like this person is trying to work on themselves, is trying to be better, but they're also waking up to what areas in their life they might be settling. There's something here about this person not being able to walk away from their duties or other people that they feel they're responsible for. But I mean, this card speaks of someone not being entirely happy, and confirming that here we have inner turmoil. This person feels bounded physically, mentally, spiritually, but they know that they feel this way. They feel imprisoned due to their own doing. There's a part of this person that wants to fully commit to the path of healing and working on themselves and healing all of these avoidant patterns. But then there's a part of them that finds it so difficult to fight those inner demons. There's a part of them that feels like there's no way out, that they're stuck being the way that they are forever. Okay, so really quick, before I move on to the next part of the reading, I want to pull the collective an affirmation really quick. And just so I know that you've made it this far into the reading, you can go ahead and leave this affirmation in the comments if you really want to lock in this energy. Okay, so here we have the fairy. This card speaks of blessings, of flow, and of magical energy. It says, "Darling, don't you remember you're a badass? Keep winging it." So let's go ahead and get your affirmation. Okay, so today your affirmation is, "Everything I touch turns to gold. My energy attracts magic." Everything I touch turns to gold. My energy attracts magic. Now, what caused conflict between these two people? I'm hearing a lack of experience, ideas, and action. As much as this person wanted this connection, this person didn't have the mental, the physical, or emotional capacity to maintain this connection. And I think what caused the tension here is that being that you are someone who is intuitive, you could always sense that there was more that this person wanted from you and wanted from this connection. But what was frustrating is that this person wasn't expressing that or wasn't able to. And I'm seeing that if you try to push this person to open up more, to be more vulnerable, that could have created more tension and caused a misunderstanding or a miscommunication. You could have been blocked, or you could have been met with hostility because this person at the time felt like you were asking them for too much. You were putting them in a position to do something that they weren't ready for, even though deep down they knew that that was the right thing to do. What shadow dynamic existed between these two people? I feel that this person could have been in such a self-centered energy or focused too much on their inner insecurities and inner feelings that it could have felt like they were indifferent to your suffering or your pain that this situation was causing you. And I think for some time, this person's shadow could have completely blocked off the fact that you were suffering or that you were in pain. What was the shadow on your side? And here we have the card that speaks of alchemy. You are a natural born alchemist, even if it did take you some time to wake up to that truth. But I do feel that because you had awakened to this point, you could have projected your awakening onto this person, assuming that they would know exactly how they're hurting you, or they would know exactly what kind of connection this is, or that they should know exactly how to handle this connection with you. And your shadow could have been misusing, whether you knew it or not, misusing your own power and your own knowledge that has come through your own spiritual awakening and practice to get this person to see something that you were seeing, something that you were awake to. But because y'all were misaligned, not on the same level, that just wasn't going to happen when you wanted it to happen. All right, let's see. What lesson is this connection teaching the collective? That this isn't a situation where someone was meant to win or someone is meant to lose. There is no winner or loser in this game, in this lesson. But it was meant to teach the both of you how to conquer self-doubt, how to embrace change, how to adapt, and learning how to shift this energy from controlling a situation and allowing it to unfold naturally according to the universe, God's will. Recognizing at any moment in time, all that you can do is the best that you can with what you've got. And learning to not put others on a pedestal or idolize them. This was a lesson in learning that it's okay for you to have flaws. It's okay for this person to have flaws, but that it's not okay to self-sacrifice your happiness or your energy to seeking this person's approval or putting up with their unhealthy patterns. What does this person wish that they could say now? What does this person wish that they could say now? So for some of you, the spring could be significant. March 20th through May 5th, May 6th through June 20th. For whatever reason, that time frame is coming through. So it could be that this person does choose to tell you this during that time. But when it comes to timing things, don't hold on to anything. Just allow it to happen. If it's meant to happen for you, it will happen for you. But what this person wishes that they could say to you now is that you are their magical muse, that they became inspired by your presence to grow, to be a better person. They were inspired by your energy. They were inspired by your beauty, whether that's in a physical sense or a spiritual sense. And this person feels like you possess tools, energetic tools that they were meant to discover through connecting with you for whatever period of time, that they had to meet you for this reason. And they are acknowledging that they weren't always there when you needed them. For some of you, Gemini energy could be significant. Instead of this person trying to comfort you, they would jump ship because they couldn't deal with their own emotions, and thinking about dealing with yours just became way too much for them. Even though it wasn't. But you have to understand that you and this person were not on the same level mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And that's why things continued to feel misaligned here. So that's what I have for you guys. If this reading resonated with your situation, in the extended, I'm going to go deeper into this person's perspective. So we'll see what they're currently feeling about you, what they regret the most, what they wish they could say now but they haven't, and whether they plan to reach out or take action moving forward. Okay? And as always, I do offer personal readings. If you want a personal reading or you want to view the extended reading, those are both linked below. I will see you in the next video.